My name is Tim Shaver. I'm a nutrient management specialist for the University of Nebraska at the West Central Research and Extension Center in North Platte. I work primarily with finding ways to use fertilizers more efficiently, and also in conjunction with that, finding ways to use water more efficiently so that we can grow crops most effectively without using a large amount of inputs. Okay, so the work I do is primarily related to nutrient management or fertilizers. And what we're primarily trying to do is find ways to use nitrogen more efficiently. Nitrogen is the nutrient that crops use in the largest quantity, so it's also the nutrient that we apply in the largest quantity. Now, the issue with nitrogen, plants need a lot of it, and it's also extremely water soluble. So wherever water goes in the soil, nitrogen goes with it. So there's a potential for environmental contamination if we use too much of it, but there's also a potential to not get our maximum yields if we don't use enough. Now, this is extremely important for all crop production, but especially in Nebraska, especially in the western part of Nebraska, because we sit up on top of the Ogallala Aquifer, a large aquifer, and if we put too much nitrogen down, we have the potential to contaminate that aquifer. So we don't want to do that. So if we can find ways to use the exact amount of nitrogen that's needed, when it's needed, where it's needed, we can really help ourselves environmentally and in terms of crop production. So this also ties in with water, especially in western Nebraska, where we're very dry in a semi-arid environment, so we have to put down large quantities of irrigation water. So finding ways to get the maximum amount of water down in conjunction with the proper amount of nitrogen is a fine balancing act, and that's really what we're trying to do, is maximize our water use efficiency and our nitrogen use efficiency, and figure out how those two things interrelate with one another so that we can do this most effectively, creating the largest amount of yield for an increasing global population while not having any detrimental effects from nitrogen.